let me say this. Ni kawuono wan ka gi baba. That today we are here with Baba is a miracle. It's a miracle because yesterday Baba was being killed. I am saying because I was there. The kind of thing we saw in Embakasi when we attempted to join Outer Ring Road is something I've never seen in my life. And let me say this to Ruto and whoever is listening, that before you kill Raila Amolo Odinga, you will have to kill all of us. You will have to kill all of us. I think this joke has now been taken too far. We are not going to allow this kind of joke to continue. Oh, come on. When they want kuni. We are Kenyans. We are also Kenyans, just like any other person. And let me say this again, for avoidance of doubt, that what happened yesterday, which was orchestrated by the police under the command of the Ruto Gachagua administration, is tantamount to a declaration of war. Nongawacho. Anenga no kaluoro ngato. Let me just. Katamanazani ange kesi kotu kucho. Case mabandia. You will have to kill all of us before you get to Raila Amolo Odinga. And that message must come out strongly and clearly from Siaya here today. Kendo ulande wachinojo gazette. Now watch. If they want, they can come for me today. And let me also repeat that this mass action is going to continue. Come Monday, and there's nobody who is ever going to be elected in this region. Let me tell you. If you thought that you can use money to buy us or buy our people, today I'm telling you, you've touched a wrong button. Oh, come on. Yeah, we have just been informed that the American ambassador to Kenya is condemning the police brutality against journalists. But that is not enough. That is not enough. Yesterday, I tweeted that the Ruto regime is only comparable to the regimes, if I may recall, in Cambodia, then under somebody called Pol Pot. Then in Haiti, under somebody called Jean-Claude Duvalier, Baby Doc. And then in Central African Republic, under Jean Bedel Bokassa. The reason why I'm referring to this is the international community cannot exhibit selective amnesia. You cannot condemn the attack on journalists and you forget to condemn an attempted murder of Raila Amolo Odinga by the police. If you want us to trust you or to believe you, in the same manner you are condemning those excesses against the media, you must also come out categorically and condemn the attempted murder against Raila. You, the international community, and the church. Oh, come on. Because you can remember, in the year 1994, when a mistake was made in Rwanda, and President Habyarimana was assassinated while in air, because you chose not to speak out. Within 1 month, the Rwandese lost almost 1 million people. So are you waiting? Is the international community waiting for Kenya to plan in genocide before they can speak out? Or what are they waiting for? That's the question we want to ask today, here, in game. That if you truly mean well for us, you must come out strongly today, not tomorrow, and call out Ruto and his regime. There are no two ways about it. Koro yenauru, and called most special mwako Mheshimiwa Gogo au Rangwe, Mheshimiwa Adumanka, Dakachiel tu, ay Dr. Burogenga. Taya meyo governor Masiaya. Of course, one called deputy governor Makisumo, Mheshimiwa Oweli Matiwia.
Koro and I just want to talk to Ruto. I want to tell Ruto. And Ruto, I have information that you and your deputy, you have intention to finish the life of Raila Odinga. I have that information. And I have it because even Gachagua himself announced it and said that we are going to now deal with Raila finally. We are going to deal with him conclusively. That the demonstrations will be the last of Raila again. When you say that this is going to be the last of him, what do you mean? You mean to say you want to take the life of Raila. But I want to warn you, Ruto, that if you attempt Ruto the life of Raila, I tell you that Kenya will be worse than Rwanda. I must warn you that Kenya will be worse than Rwanda. And I also know something else, that our so-called development partners who are your friends are privy to this information. They are privy to this information and they condone it. They condone it. And we are also warning them. We are warning them to keep off the affairs of Kenya. Kenya is for Kenyans. And we know it much better than all of them. Whatever they are bringing as advice should just be an advice and it should be there. But we also know that you are the one who put Ruto in power. That is why whatever he wants to do, you are trying to defend. But we are warning you, please, please, for goodness sake, keep off the affairs of Kenya.
As was said by Julius Caesar in 049 BC, that we have crossed the Rubicon. We have reached a point of no return. And I want to tell whoever it is out there, before you kill Raila Odinga, you kill us all. You must first kill us all and pass with us. I have heard some people talking everywhere. Kawan gamolo dualuorango, uodua mapinjo luoro, makata gachieta temo wireto, donge no chamo wange. Before you arrest Raila Odinga, you must build a prison big enough to arrest the rest of us Kenyans and put them there first before Raila Odinga can walk in there. We have reached a point of no return, Joturua. Because for the last couple of days, they think they have been blocking you left, right, and center. Come Monday, I have heard them saying that you don't know the direction to State House, you don't know the direction to these places. It has been a warm-up. Come Monday, we will reach whatever the destination is that we need to go, under the leadership of Baba.
Martha Karua, when Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was being buried, I talk about hypocrites. I said hypocrites are the swines of human civilization. If you are a good reader of the Bible, there are many verses dealing with hypocrites. And in the Bible, you will find a verse that says, it is bad to be a liar, but the worst thing more than being a liar is when you're a liar and you're a hypocrite. I want to tell you from game, and I'm facing Gachagua and Ruto. You say you are Christians. Our Lord Jesus Christ talked about many hypocrites in the church. Prophets who are hypocrites. Seers who are hypocrites. Gachagua and Ruto, you cannot be Christians. And you use bullets to kill the people of Kenya. Christians use the Bible and they reason together. This thing that we are seeing in Kenya today is worse than what was seen in Haiti under Papa Doc and Baby Doc, where the police were turned into a gang and goons who are killing the people. They are known as Tonton Makut. The police in Kenya are becoming Tonton Makut. And we are telling Ruto broadly here in game, if you touch Raila Amolo Odinga, I can tell you, you'll regret the day you were born. You'll regret the day you were born. And to Gachagua, you cannot be a Maumau. Does a Maumau look like Gachagua? Do you see the face of a Maumau in Gachagua? In fact, some people tell me it looks like somebody from the Rift Valley somewhere. A Maumau is somebody like Martha Karua. A Maumau is somebody like Raila Amolo Odinga. Gachagua, you are a home guard who is killing his own people. You cannot be a freedom fighter and preach the messages that you're preaching to us. And I want to finalize by saying there are many words that people use. There are those who are called despots. When I hear the word despot, I see the Kenya Kwanza government. This is a government of despotism. When I hear demagogues, and demagogues are the people Wandai was talking about, the Bokasas, the Mobutus, the Papadoc. When I see Ruto in broad light every day, I think of demagoguery. They are just simple demagogues. When you think of oligarchs, oligarchs are people who use the state to enrich themselves. When I think of oligarchy, Kenya Kwanza administration is an oligarchy. And to the people from the United States who are telling us it is wrong to go for demonstration, I'm addressing directly the ambassador of the United States of America. If America preached the kind of messages they are preaching to us today, because America was founded on rebellion. The American people went to war. That is how they got their freedom. So, Madam Ambassador, you cannot risk American business to the expense of the freedom of the people of Kenya. If you are a friend of the Kenyan people. Omeana tieko kawacho. Awachi. Awachi. Higani. Higani. Kawa yere ne ongeringo. Yadimo yene ongeringo. To kaka neno kaka pinyo yegi baba. Pinyo yegi baba. Nyaka Mount Kenya nigi baba. Higani. 2023. This is the year for freedom, the third liberation of the Kenyan people. And in my dreams, and my dreams are going to come true. Nimitawinji, nanano kamato chunkanyo, tanyang wood merio chunkanyo, to nyawanga ni kanyo, to chila yako ni kanyo, to pio wandai ni kanyo, to buru ni kanyo. Ni mimi, Raila, Amolo, Odinga, naapa kwamba nitaitumikia serikali na Jamhuri ya Kenya. Mwenyezi Mungu unisaidie.
On matters national, we are behind our leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, because he is seeking the truth on behalf of every Kenyan. Na msidanganywe, this is not about the Luo nation or ODM. This is about all Kenyans. Bei ya unga ni sawa kwa kila mtu. Hata kwa polisi hawana bei yao ya unga. Hata kwa jeshi hawana bei yao ya unga. Na mimi nimwelezee, sio kila polisi mkora. Wachache sana ndio wanafanya kazi chafu. Polisi walio wengi wamesimama nasi na hawafanyi kazi chafu. To them I say, we salute you. To the few who are breaking the law, I want to remind them, it may take months, it may take years, but you will individually pay for the crimes you commit today. Today, I asked my lawyers, and I hope they have done so before the end of the day, to write a demand letter to IG Kome, because it is under his command, that yesterday we were assaulted with tear gas and our leader with live bullets. And I want you to understand, we had spent more than 2 joyous hours going through Imara Daima and Mukuru kwa Jenga to jubilant crowds who were escorting us very happily. At the end, when we were just about to go into outer ring, we found them laying ambush for us. When they threw the first tear gas, wananchi took cover because they cannot stand the tear gas. They continued shelling our cars with tear gas and live bullets. Before I lost count, I had counted more than 20 tear gas canisters lobbed at our cars. And because Jacom's car was in front, it was getting the brunt of it, tear gas and bullets. And I now know why they were throwing so much tear gas. They wanted a cloud to cover the direct attempt on him. If it was not an assassination attempt, tell me why you are shooting at his windscreen at the side where he is seated at close range. We are saying you can plan all the evil you want. Life is in the hands of God. That is why you were not able to get him or any of us yesterday. And you are not going to get any of us. You will try, but you will not succeed. And the people of Kenya must get justice. And I want the people of Kenya to understand one small thing. Ndio tukaenda kwa koti tukanyimwa haki. Ndio tukanyimwa haki na IBC na hiyo ikamalizika. Alafu whistleblower akaja na results. Na hizo results tukiziangalia ni za ukweli. Madai yetu ni chache. Open the server. Kama ulichaguliwa tudhibitishe. Kama hukuchaguliwa tukufagilie nje. Lakini you have to open the server. You are a coward, William Ruto. Why do you get the police to fight against Kenyans? Why do we have to be robbed with tear gas when we are doing a lawful activity demonstrating? Mumeona kwa runinga, in the nation of France, they were demonstrating almost daily. Millions of people, no tear gas. Just here, South Africa. They demonstrated no tear gas. In Kenya, we are demonstrating. Violence occurs when the police come to fight, to meet brutality on the people. Yesterday we would have ended without incident. On Monday in Kibra we would have ended without incident. Police come with tear gas and live ammunitions. I am telling IG Kome and everybody who cares to hear, if you want to find out who is having violence, it's police and government hired goons. In Kisumu they came to open an office, kumbe it was a center for their goons to plan violence in Kisumu. Wherever we have no police resistance, no hired goons, there is no violence. So if you are looking for criminals, look at sections of the police and the UDA goons who are committing these offenses. I want to urge Kenyans everywhere, stand up for your rights. They are muzzling any protest in central Kenya. In my own backyard of Geshogo, young men gave notice to demonstrate. They took loads and loads of policemen. They cannot even allow them to come out. They're hounding them in their homes. In Meru, we saw the same thing, because they would like us to believe that Baba has no following in those areas. Baba has following in the entire country. And the issues he's bringing forward affect every Kenyan. So wasikie, hatutarudi nyuma. Jumatatu tuonane na kila Mkenya amuke. It is Easter. My last word will be this. It is Easter. Kenya is almost dying. May Kenya rise with the risen Christ during this Easter. Hii kazi lazima tumalize. Ukweli utokeleze, Kenya iweze kuendelea. Tumekubaliana.
And here I now want to address the international community, particularly diplomats in this country who represent other countries who call themselves development partners of Kenya. We want to tell them that democracy is democracy. There's no European democracy, American democracy, and African democracy. Democracy must be measured by the same standards universally. And that you cannot put development ahead of the democracy. Democracy must precede development. That is why we are so surprised to see this diplomat completely turning a blind eye to violation of fundamental human rights in Kenya in the name of development. And most of them having the audacity to misrepresent facts in our country. Like the American ambassador yesterday addressing American businessmen, saying that Kenya in last year in August did the most transparent and democratic elections in the history of Kenya. I told her I did not know which country she was talking about. I didn't know which Kenya she was talking about. She had just been here for a few days before this election took place. And then the question I asked, you saw on the critical day, on the 15th of August, the Electoral Commission consisting of 7 members, the chairman and 2 other members saying yes, and 4 members saying no. And I said, if this happened in the United States or in Europe, would that kind of election be considered democratic? No. Would that election be considered transparent? No. 4 members of the Electoral Commission dissented. They say we do not agree the results which have been pronounced by Mr. Chebukati. Mr. Chebukati announced what was a minority. The Electoral Commission consisted of 7 members because it must be an odd number, so that there is never a tie. If there's a division, there must be a winner. And in this case, for the first time we've seen that 3 is bigger than 4. So we are trying to tell the international community, we Kenyans have a right to question what happened, if only to ensure that what has happened does not get repeated again in 2027. Those commissioners who dissented were majority, have been handed out of office as criminals. We've said this is not right. And then we also said that Kenyans have a right, in the light of new information that has emerged, that put to question the results which were announced by minority of members of the Electoral Commission. This is how democracy is built. This is how electoral democracy must be strengthened. And we've said that we do not want lectures from our development partners. We must allow Kenyans to make a decision of their own. And we will continue to question. And we have said that we will demand that the servers must be opened so that we can be able to interrogate the results in the servers. We have said, secondly, that all the 4 electoral commissioners who have dissented must be reinstated back to their positions. Thirdly, we have also said that we must address the issue of the cost of living in Kenya. With the view to lowering it, we must reintroduce the subsidies which were suspended by Mr. Ruto. And fourthly, we are saying that for parliamentary democracy to work, members of parliament elected on a political party's ticket or a coalition ticket must stick to those parties for the life of that parliament. If they resign or show for all practical purposes that they have resigned from their parties and are now voting with another party, that they've closed the aisle, they must resign and go back and face the electorate afresh. That is the only way in which we can be able to strengthen our parliamentary democracy. If you are elected on an ODM as a new ticket, and you now are dancing with Kenya Kisha and Uda, resign and come and pick the electorate here. Those are the irreducible minimum. The irreducible minimum that we are demanding as Azimio. And we will continue to demand. This is not negotiable. These are not negotiable, and these are rights of the people of Kenya. And we have said, the Constitution of Kenya provides in Article 1 that sovereignty in the Republic of Kenya rests with the people of Kenya. They can either exercise it directly as the people or through the elected representatives. But because the elected representatives are being bought in Parliament, you have decided to exercise the right directly at the people of Kenya. This is what we said. Secondly, Article 37 allows Kenyans to picket, Kenyans to assemble, to present petitions, and also the right to demonstrate, peacefully demonstrate. Our demonstrations are going to continue to be peaceful. They will continue to be peaceful, irrespective of what the police do, in spite of the provocation by the police. So we said yesterday, and I want to repeat it, we condemn in the strongest terms possible what happened yesterday, the attempt on our lives. And that must have been orchestrated and been planned from the very top. We don't want to deal with the police officers. Police officers are just servants. As if a police officer would have no reason to come and shoot Raila Odinga. That police officer was instructed by Inspector General, was also instructed by the Minister, was also instructed by his superiors, the Deputy President and the President of the Republic of Kenya. And that's where we face our guns. On Monday, there will be the mother of all demonstrations in Nairobi. Yuthuro winjo? Yuthuro wiye? Yuthuro wiye? Winjo nango? Wuok tich. Wuok tich. Wuok tich. Wuok tich. Iluongo ni mean demonstrations. Kenya te. Tuma ok en lweny mar joluo, en lweny mar jo Kenya te. Kama nyo wantie nyoro chama jen kede dala ma jo wakambe mangenyi. Nyocha ni wan gidhurai karo kuche. Moja ni wan kamili mungo ni kawangwar gikangeni. Mago jo toko dera. Kidhi kibira. Jo kanyanamu giwa nubi. Kukuche. Kamara mara jo thurwa. Obe jo thurwa kwa dog chien. Udono dog chien. Jo thurwa hiye. Jo thurwa hiye. Jo kanyanamu hiye. Eru kamano. Wani asaye tetu grace kumaberi kulumano. Akelo kuyo mar Kalonzo Musyoka kod kuyo mar Governor Paranya kod mga miluongo ni Wajakoya. Erokamano ahinya.